Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here, and kind of a fascinating concept that came out, I think it's over 10 years now, I'm not sure the exact, the Extraordinaires Design Studio Pro. Very interesting little kit that I got, I don't know if you can find, the Creativity Hub, which apparently is out of business, as well as Extraordinaire.com. I don't know if we can find any kind of information here, but it is, I believe it's at least 10 years old. Now, jump straight into the world of user-centered design. You know, everybody's looking for, I've often got, and we do now have a creativity alchemical oil, which helps bring creativity energy to you. But I've been asked in the past, well, is there anything for creativity? How do you develop creativity? And a lot of people are not very creative. A big part of the population isn't. And people that deal with boring things like computers and a lot of other things are not doing well when it comes to anything interesting. You know, a certain amount of people have creativity, can design things, make new products. I do this all the time. And, you know, when I started off, I was not really thinking I was a creative person, even though most of my family was, except my stooge father, who was an ignorant engineer who couldn't even fix his own cars, but who had no creativity whatsoever. But my mother was an artist, and so were my other brothers. All of them were creative artist types. And never developed it because of an ignoramus father, but ironically enough, while I was not overly interested as a youth, became a very creative person to the point that I'm a master designer of products. And of course, being dyslexic makes me think different. So, if you're dyslexic or have certain problems, you tend to think different, and that means you're creative. Instead of, let's make everything like a box, like a German car. Let's make them look like shoe boxes. Ooh, until we steal designs from Chrysler. So all the things that happen to the very unimaginative, crappy engineered stuff that you get from most of the world. So jump straight into the world of user-centered design with the aid of detailed visual guide. Use imagination, empathy to solve extraordinary design challenges. Develop key skills as a future designer, inventor, maker, architect, engineer, change maker, and more. Practicing designers and creative teams use the power of play to get unstuck. Now, this is another thing I've always talked about. For all those people out there that think that, you got stuff that's kind of toy-like. It's intelligent play. You don't sit there and contemplate. Even all the great breakthroughs from the ignoramus's general scientists, people like Einstein, all said that things came to them while they were sitting on a cable car, playing an instrument, because you're disconnecting with the toxic mind and getting to your deeper self. Does anybody get that? I hope so. But how do you develop that? How do you do that? And that's always something I'm looking for. What can we develop? How can we get out there to help people open these areas up that can do extraordinary things in their lives, just like the Extraordinaires here? At its core, design is about solving problems for people and places. We created Extraordinaires, registered trademark, unique over-the-counter, over-the-top personas with amplified human needs to make explicit the role of empathy in user-centered designs by solving real-world challenges for extraordinaires. A new home for a giant, a flying vehicle for a spy, a source of light for a fairy, or pajamas for a werewolf. Your design and empathy skills, meaning adapting yourself. I think empathy is a terrible term here, but you're adapting to what they need. That you're empathetic to their situations. A werewolf kind of needs pajamas. It gets cold. What do you get? 24 character cards, 30 design projects, 50 think cards, 5 award cards, drawing pad, 2 pens, and a 120-page design book. So it's a very interesting concept, and a lot of people could use this. This will help you develop skills. Now, all the part of manifesting is learning to adapt what you learn to your life. You have to be creative of how to use the tools that we offer you. Sure, we're passing energy to you, but your consciousness needs to say, hey, I can use this energy to do this, or how do you apply that to your life? Now, here's a, let's see if we can get this without the goof light. Here's the people that you work for: a pirate, a superhero, a ninja. So these are the kind of people that are your clients, and they have special needs. You have to design for them as the designer. Pretty fun here. It's an interesting kit to get those juices going, and it's always been a problem teaching people. How do you teach people creativity? How do you get people stimulated in those areas? I think everybody is creative to a large. Everybody has good ideas, and if you talk to them enough and you get people going, and there's another website, Extraordinaires.com. I believe all these are dead. So the whole idea is that, here's the front of the box. These are still available. These aren't too old. I think they're 5 or 6 years old. And you'll probably see a link below this that will show you how to, if you want to access these. I've seen these for around anywhere from $20 to $40. Let's open up this here. So it's in this nice little box. You have this little designing pad. It's just a pad like anything else. So it's not something that it's Bethel. You have this design booklet here, okay? Here's your Design the Extraordinary, a visual guide to using the Extraordinary Design Studio Pro to develop a user-centered design mindset. So that's what we're talking about here. You want to get into a mindset to be creative, to design. What are you doing? That's an important area. So here's the, and you know, they use this very comic book-like drawings to make this kind of fun and interesting, and I'm all for that. Let's make stuff fun and interesting. Let's use cool designs. Let's design for a werewolf. Let's design for a ninja. Let's design for a time traveler. Let's design for a spy, a robot, a knight. I mean, this is the kind of fun stuff that if we were taught like this in school, we'd have a much better world. But we're taught by imbeciles, and that's, I hate to insult imbeciles and link them with teachers. Like calling somebody a monkey is an insult to the monkey. Monkeys are pretty smart. So you get these different cards. Let me put this down for a minute. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit here. You get these different cards, and these are the clients. Here's a superhero, here's a fairy, here's an astronaut. Get this up a little bit. Why, do you want to design for a dentist and a gas station owner? So, I mean, you get all these cool things. Who's this? A mermaid. And they have all these very well done, I don't know what you call this, animated? It's not really, you know, cartoon's an old term, but you get these really cool cards, and these are the client cards that you'll be working for, and this gives you an idea of what you get. So these are very nice, very creative, very well done, heavy card stock, and all the things that go